Hi, welcome back to my channel. You'll have to excuse my surroundings today. We've got builders in this week and they're taking over all of my spaces, so I can't really do anything in there. So I'm actually in Daisy's bedroom, hence this sparkly, girly surroundings. I'm sitting on the floor because there's nowhere to sit on here, and I daren't sit on this because I'll probably break it. So today I wanted to talk to you about Flynyon, New York, and this is something that I did back in May when I went with my friend. We went to New York for I think 4 days, 3 nights, and this is something that we booked on a whim before we went and thought, why not? It is a luxury. It's definitely not a must do in New York, although now I've done it I would most certainly do it again. But I thought I'd talk about a little bit how it works, what you do, how I found it and that kind of thing, so that if you are considering it or you've got that money to use, then so you can, like, hopefully it'll help you decide on whether to do it or not. So we'd seen it advertised quite a few times before we headed off to New York, and it was coming up at around £150, I think, and that was for the doors off experience. So they do 2 experiences. One is with your doors, your normal helicopter doors, and the other one is doors off, and you kind of like hang your legs out, which feels absolutely bizarre, over the New York skyline. So we ummed and ahed about which one to go for, and we figured that if we were going to do it, we're going to do it. So we did the doors off. So yeah, about 150-60 quid, I think, pounds. This is English pounds. And we did the doors off. But bear in mind, this is only for 20 minutes, so that is an expensive old 20 minutes. And I am fully aware that flying a helicopter and insurance and all that kind of thing that comes with it is not going to be cheap. But anyway, we figured, what better time to do it than on our very last day before we fly off home. What a great ending. While we were in New York, we had iffy weather. We had one very nice day, and then we had a very rainy day, and then a foggy day. And it actually changed our plans in that when we were doing like the One World Observatory, so Freedom Tower, Empire State, the Rockefeller, all them kind of things, we never actually did any of the decks. We did One World Observatory just for the experience. We didn't see a lot because visibility was so poor. So it was kind of like a silver lining that we had this booked for our last day, and when we woke up there was not one cloud in the sky. This definitely helped our experience. You'll see in the clip that I'm going to put on shortly that we had to take a trip out of the city, so we headed downtown and then we got a minibus with them. It was included in our price, the shuttle. If it isn't included and you have to pay, I do recommend it because I think it just takes the hassle out of it. You're going over to like New Jersey way, so you're going over the bridge, and that way it took about, I'd say about half an hour, maybe 35 minutes to get there. And then you get to the hangar and you have all your briefings. It is busy there, really busy. It feels very rushed because they're trying to get through you all as fast as they can because they need to get you briefed, they need to get you all geared up before you can go off into the helicopter. That's one aspect that I really didn't like, is that you were being shoved from room to room and they were quite abrupt, and understand they're under pressure. And of course it's a very serious thing, getting somebody ready to hang out of a helicopter basically. When we were in one of our briefings, at the end they said to us that there was an opportunity to upgrade, and it was $100 I think. And that would double our time there, and it would take us the complete way around the city. So the 20-minute trip wouldn't have taken us over Central Park, and when they offered it to us we jumped at the chance. We know people like haggled with them, negotiated and got it for cheaper, because after all they must have had space on those flights to be able to offer it for cheaper. So go for it. We didn't at the time. We were kind of a bit in a daze because it was so rushed around, but we decided to do it. We were probably suckers, but we did it, and it was our last day. We had money left that we had put aside for all of the observation decks in the Empire State and things, and thought, well, why not do it, hey? We got all geared up. Again, that was fine. The harnesses, the things for your phone, camera and all that kind of stuff. It made you feel very secure, and then you clip yourself into the helicopter while they do it for you, and off you go. Our flight was about 40 minutes, I think, 35-40 minutes, and it goes the lap around Manhattan. So you see the bridges, Central Park, you go over Staten Island, see the Statue of Liberty, see the city itself, all the financial district, Empire State, Freedom Tower, everything really, because you see the whole city. And actually we had time hovering over various parts, and we did go back to some parts. It was just enough amount of time, I think. I think if it had been any shorter, I'd have been a bit upset about it. But actually it was just long enough. And then you head back to get harnessed, etc. And then you're back on the shuttle to go. With the doors off experience, I do really recommend it. I would, however, say that you spend probably half of the time with your legs in the chopper, just because of if there's other helicopters close by, or you're banking tightly around, turning tight, or the wind is in that direction, the pilot will ask you to bring your legs in. You've got big headphones on to hear him. And also when you are leaning out, the wind on our day was unbelievable. I felt like my leg was going to be taken away, and when I went to put my camera outside, I felt like it was going. It obviously couldn't go anywhere because it was all clipped in, but it was very windy. If you are in the direction of the wind in your face, you just have to be aware of it, that it's quite, like, make sure your eyes blink a lot. It's like, well, you're facing the wind basically. Also, one thing to watch out for is, in our chopper you had 3 seats on the back and 2 with your back to the pilot, so you're facing each other. They will put you in your spaces bearing in mind weight. So they'll already have planned this out. They weigh you when you go in, they must look at your weight conversions, and then they already assign you a seat when you arrive, so you don't have a say on that. And I was very lucky that I sat opposite my friend. She was facing me and my back was to the pilot. Next to me there was another man, and that was fine. Where I was, there was kind of like the door, a window, so I had to really lean to get my legs out. My friend was in a great position, but also had the wind straight in her face. But on her row there's actually 3 seats. What that meant is there was one lady who was sat in the middle, and I think if I had paid for that doors off experience and couldn't get out of the door, couldn't put my legs out the door, couldn't stick my head out, I'd have been really upset. So it's something to watch and something to consider. How will you feel if you are in that middle seat? But generally, best thing I've ever done, absolutely loved it, and would 100% do it again. I'd love to know if you've done these flights anywhere else. I should also say this is in no way sponsored. We paid for it all with our own hard-earned money. Thanks for watching. Bye.